Did the Blessed Virgin Mary really die? What incredible mysteries surround her final days on earth? And how does her assumption into heaven relate to the miracles of Fatima? Stay tuned to discover the awe-inspiring story of Our Lady's glorious passage into eternity. Howdy, and welcome to America Needs Fatima. I'm Adrian Fonseca, and before we dive into this heavenly tale, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so that way you never miss out on another story of Mary. And here's something truly special for you. Have you ever wished that you could attend Mass daily, but just can't make it happen? Well, I've got great news. By joining our Child of Mary program, you can have a traditional Catholic Mass offered for you every single day. That's right, 365 days a year. Your name and intentions will be lifted up to God and the holy sacrifice of the Mass. Isn't that amazing? So don't wait. Pause the video right now and click the link in the description box down below to become a Child of Mary today. I'll be right here when you get back. Are you back? Well, welcome back. Now, let's journey together through the miraculous story of Our Lady's final days, her Assumption, and her heavenly coronation. In Our Lady's last years on earth, after the second war in heaven, she was filled with divine love in such a way that if she were not aided by a miracle, she would have died of love. Over time, the force of this love weakened her body to the point that she would soon die. Picture this, Our Lady at the age of 70, still as radiantly beautiful as she was at 33. Can you imagine? Even the angels were in awe. It was not only her beauty, but also her love for her children that drew others to her. The apostles, for instance, couldn't help but weep at the signs of her passing. Our Lady cried too at seeing the sorrow of her children, and she asked them to pray with her. During this time of prayer, a glorious thing happened. Our Lord descended from heaven. With the angels and saints filling the room with light, he offered his mother a profound grace, that she enter heaven right away without experiencing death. But Our Lady desired to imitate her son as best she could. As she followed him in life, she wanted to follow him in death. And our Lord consented to that plan. Suddenly, the angels began singing canticles, and Our Lady reclined on her bed. Her hands were joined together, her eyes fixed on her Son. She repeated the words of Jesus on the cross, "Into thy hands, Lord, I commend my spirit." And then she closed her eyes and expired. The sickness that caused Our Lady to die was love, and only love. She died at the moment God withdrew his assistance, and the divine fires of burning love consumed her heart. How beautiful. And the Immaculate Heart of Mary was to give us this same heart of burning love. Right after her death, Our Lady's soul went to the right hand of God's throne in heaven. Accompanied by the angels and saints, her body, which was still back on earth, shone with a splendid light, similar to how she appeared at Fatima in 1917. A sweet, unearthly fragrance came from her body, which filled all those present with sweetness. The 1,000 angels, which watched over Our Lady during her earthly life, remained to guard her precious body. Meanwhile, the apostles and disciples admired Our Lady and sang hymns to her. And what followed Our Lady's holy death was many miracles. The greatest of all these miracles was that 3 people, a man in Jerusalem and 2 women living in the immediate neighborhood, died in sin at the same hour. They were going to be condemned to hell, but Our Lady interceded for them. They were resurrected, converted, and later died in grace. At last, the apostles placed Our Lady's body on a bier and carried it to the burial site. On the way, all of the sick were cured. Demons were driven from possessed people, and there were many, many conversions. At the sepulchre, Saints Peter and John laid Our Lady's body inside, and with the help of the angels, covered it with a cloth. Then they covered the sepulchre with a large stone. The 1,000 angels continued the watch and continued to play music. For an entire year, her bodily fragrance could be sensed from her oratory in the cenacle. Those who went there found miraculous assistance in sickness and in hardship. After 3 days, Our Lady's soul returned to her body. She was resurrected and became endowed with a glory similar to our Lord's and similar to Fatima, when she was, according to Lucia, more brilliant than the sun, spreading a light clearer and more intense than a crystal full of crystalline water. Then a procession began toward heaven. First the angels and saints, then came Christ with Our Lady, who was assumed into heaven, body and soul. The Holy Trinity placed a crown of splendor on her head as Queen of heaven and earth. All the saints could see a small and beautiful globe over her immaculate heart as a reward for her fidelity. This same immaculate heart, as Our Lady of Fatima said, will be your refuge in the way that will lead you to God. This incredible story of Our Lady's Assumption reminds us of the power of her intercession and the glory that awaits us in heaven. But you know what? We don't have to wait until we're in heaven to experience the graces of Our Lady's love. Remember when I mentioned our Child of Mary program at the beginning of this video? Well, now's your chance to join. By becoming a Child of Mary, you'll receive 4 amazing gifts. 1, a daily mass offered for your intentions. That's 365 masses a year. It's like heaven on earth. Well, it really is heaven on earth. 2, a beautiful metal lapel pin featuring Our Lady's image. Imagine having Our Lady so close to you that you literally bear her image every day. And 3, a full subscription to our Inspiring Crusade magazine. And for this year only, an incredible ebook, The Book of Confidence, to strengthen your faith. Don't miss out on these incredible spiritual benefits. Click the link in the description box down below to join the Child of Mary program. Let Our Lady take you under her mantle and shower you with heavenly graces. Now that's all I have for you today. Isn't it amazing how Our Lady's Assumption mirrors her appearance at Fatima? Both times she was more brilliant than the sun, spreading a light clearer and more intense than a crystal full of crystalline water. It just goes to show you that Our Lady's glory in heaven is reflected in her apparitions here on earth. Remember, as Our Lady of Fatima said, her immaculate heart will be your refuge and the way that will lead you to God. So let's take her up on that offer and draw closer to her immaculate heart every single day. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with others. And let me know in the comment section if you want to hear more stories about Our Lady's life. May God bless you and Mary Immaculate keep you under her mantle. God love you. Thanks for watching. To save souls, there needs to be more Fatima-focused content on YouTube. If you agree and you want to help me make more videos, please join our special Child of Mary group. As a Child of Mary, you'll get a beautiful Fatima pin, plus inspiring reports on America Needs Fatima work to save souls. Click the link in the description below to learn more and become a Child of Mary. God love you.